Yo, yo, yo. It's Thursday night. We're back and we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the nice thing is next week should be okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I say that now, but I'll let you know.
Maybe 30 minutes is the most they can handle from us. What'd you do to your finger?
Oh no, it's been like that. I dropped. I was taking the TV monitors down and I hit it on the shelf.
Really?
Cold.
A
Yeah. So
non-car audio injury. Wow.
yeah. What's up, Danny?
What's up,
So
everybody?
yeah. So it's just it's the cool one. Now I look like that. The rock stars. I got the one.
Yeah, with
Black.
the one black. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like no, it's not. It's just screwed up. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hey,
But
it is what it is. We're gonna do a 30-minute show and then a 30-minute
yep,
side jag. So Dean can pack. He's traveling. It's travel season for Dean. Again.
dude, I just realized today. So we get back Monday. We have next weekend, and then we leave Wednesday morning. Okay, and then we're gone until the following Monday. I get back. I go for that week. I have the weekend, and then I leave Wednesday again. And I was like, oh my god, I really didn't think it was this quick. And
Yeah.
Fran was like, yeah. And I was like, I gotta get my taxes done.
Dude, taxes, not my favorite thing.
And it's like I was excited this year because I was like, man, I'm gonna get them done early. Here we are in the same damn freaking place we were.
It's snowing in California.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Nice.
It's like what was it? Wednesday night. Wednesday. So there wasn't a video Thursday. Oh, so there wasn't a video. The video schedule got shifted today. So there was a video today. There'll be a video tomorrow, but there wasn't a video Wednesday because Tuesday night, we did the podcast because the podcast, because Brian and I did the podcast.
Right.
So by the time we got done with the podcast, because he's in California and I'm here, so we can't start until late. But I wanted to start early, but I couldn't start early. Because, dude, it's like everything that could just congest up it's like. So then last night was catch up. So I had to edit 2 videos, and I had like 10 other things I had to do. Like right now is insanity, like legit insanity. I went in this morning early. We're building the trophies for the build off right now in the Clean Wire Challenge. Then I have 2 or 3 PowerPoints I still have to make. Or, I'm sorry, slide decks, whatever you want to call them. The nice thing is that we at least have a working plan. So that's cool. But my hope is that tomorrow on the plane, I can actually, because it's like a 4 or 5 hour flight.
Ooh,
well, it's Dallas.
You got at least it's a direct flight, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's a little bit, man. That's a I think like after 2 hours, but I can handle a 3-hour flight pretty. It's standard, but man, Matt, when it gets past 3 hours, it's tough.
Yeah. Well, the shortest flight will be to Canada.
Yeah.
So that's just straight up. So that's really nice. But yeah, it's like crap.
Yeah.
So and like this weekend we're like, okay, this is gonna be like when we agreed to do this, we didn't really think it through. And it was like, but there again, we have some movies you download for the flight. I haven't downloaded any movies yet, but I just saw that Venom is on Netflix.
Oh yeah, the Last Dance.
Yeah, so I'll watch that, and then there's a couple Apple TV Plus series that I kind of got to watch one episode of last weekend, and yeah, so it's always fun. It's always fun.
Yeah. So you got. Wait up. So Dallas is
JVC.
You're with JVC, and then the week after next will be Master Tech.
Remaster Tech. And then it'll be CMA.
Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, nobody cares about that
Oh, dude, that's the best show.
except the Canadians.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah. And I have a huge presentation I have to do there.
Yeah. That probably is a pretty fun show. I bet they don't get a lot of stuff like that up there.
No.
Yeah.
And it's funny too because they complain that it's like, oh, every year, really? You're doing it once a year, like
that.
really?
That's too much.
Can't we just do it every other year? And you're like, seriously, guys? Like, we finally get like people that are coming up here to do stuff, and like you guys are okay.
Hey, it is what it is. I did see. So you guys almost have the Nissan done, video wise.
Oh, yeah. There's I know, right? I was thinking about that. I was like, man, next week is going to be rough.
Yeah.
Because we also have, I have a lot of stuff to do because Project M gets announced at MasterTech.
Right.
And so we got lucky enough to do a post-release interview so that we could have it ready to go on the day of the event. And I still need to edit that next week and it's going to be a beast because there's a lot of talking. Does Dean is Paul Hayward to travel not being so here's the thing, and I think today was an example of the answer to that was he came over and he asked me to come over and talk to a customer today because he didn't want to, and I was like, okay. And the guy had an older Toyota Tundra, which is one of our vehicles. We have a great system we can drop right in there. Really, really super simple. It's expensive because he wanted a head unit. He wanted a 1057.
Yeah.
Actually, he wanted the Alpine, and I showed him both, and he ended up going with the 1057. And so he spent a decent amount of money, a lot of money. A decent amount of money. It depends what your tax bracket is. And when I was talking to the guy, he was like, this guy's a research guy. So that's why he wanted the Alpine, because he'd done a lot of research and, all fingers pointed to that. And I was like, all right, well, let's use our fingers to go take a look at him. And he's like, you got him here? I was like, yeah. We have them both hooked up. You can touch them both, press all the buttons, do whatever you like. So we did that. Anyways, he got done. He put a deposit down. And he says, I'm here because you guys have the best installation anywhere around here. Like between all your this, that, and the others, like all the research I did, everything pointed to you guys. I was like, well, thank you. That's cool. He goes, no, thank you. You guys do a really good job at that. And I was like, I'm cool. And so, there again, Paul doesn't do anything to influence any of this. Like he doesn't pay us extra to do this. He doesn't ask us to do this. It just gets done and he benefits from it. Right. So this customer and this amount of money that we made, which is a normal thing, but he made a point of telling us this. And so Paul gets the benefits of our experience and our travels and our working with other manufacturers, and he gets the benefits of all that. So if I have to miss, or Fernando and I have to miss a couple days here and there, is it worth it? Is like that's always the question, right? Is it worth what not being here to have a better when you're being here? So I think the answer is yes, because he doesn't complain at all about it, And if he ever tries to use his leverage, I just go, okay.
No, I think he's smart enough to see that the influence, even just outside within the karate community, but outside of it with the channel is enough to bring a lot of business, and not just your everyday small $1,500 systems that people want, but real systems, like systems that take a little bit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Every now and then, somebody just stops by,
Yeah.
You know, they have no idea. They just want a system. They were driving by, they saw the car stereo sign. They don't know what 5-star is, which is totally cool. And you go out there and you kind of figure out what they want and you break it down and and they'll see the TV playing the stuff. And I'm like, what's that? And like, it's their YouTube channel. I'll be like, what do you guys do there? And we're like, this.
Yeah.
And they're like, have you ever worked on my car? And I'm like, yeah. Is there a video? Probably. There's like
Yeah.
2,000 plus videos up there. It's like, really? And then they go watch it and then they call and they'll be like, oh my God. Like, it's always funny because I go, okay, cool. Thank you. You're always appreciative. I mean, thanks.
Yeah.
I can't wait. And then they're like, I can't wait to have you guys do this. And you're like, okay, I
Yeah.
can't wait to do it. I can totally wait.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of hard work. I mean, at the end of the day, what I do is if it was up to Sue, she'd be like, you need to stop all this shit, because you're gonna kill yourself. And it's like, I don't see it that way. And it's some days it's a lot of fun. Like, I know we're gonna go to Dallas and everything goes according to plan. It's gonna be a great trip. Everybody's gonna get something from it. We'll get the experience of working with the new S8 series radio from JVC. And then, we'll share that experience with everyone else. When I go up to Canada, I get to do another one. So I'll get there again, just gaining experience and knowledge and being able to bring it back into forums like this that, not everyone gets the opportunity to do, like,
Right.
we got to interview Tony D'Amore and Juan Garcia, I think. I always get his name wrong. And like, we filmed it and that means that everything he said, you guys get to hear, so that's
Right.
really cool. And it's going to be great. I mean, it was wonderful. Like, he's a really nice guy. He really is. Everyone, it's like, I always find it funny when people give people that have an opinion or people that do something that's cool and they give them shit. I mean, that's just what
Yeah.
we do, right? We just,
They
it's like,
want to hate on them.
yeah, everyone, it's just no one wants to raise anyone up higher than themselves. So the best thing is, the only way to stay high is to knock them down. And I know he makes the claims of the 100% efficient amplifier and he explains it, like, there's an explanation there.
Right.
And I know there'll be another video at some point that he'll go through and explain it. But, you guys will know in a week, you guys will have an answer to that question and you'll have an answer what Project M is, at least part of it. And that'll be fantastic, and we leverage our relationships so that we can bring this content out to you guys, because at the end of the day, if you have a question, we want to make sure you guys get the answers. So, and if I can't provide it for you and I have somebody that can get it, well, then let's go ask them,
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think outside of that, you guys are just a known quantity. When someone goes and they're going to 5-star for what they've seen on thousands of videos now. I don't know what the number is, but tons and tons of videos. And unless you're like a well-known shop like Stereo King or Brian Shop or something, you don't know what you're going to get. They might have pictures of what they've done before, but unless they have a sterling reputation and they've been around for a while, you don't know. So they know exactly what they're getting when they come to you. The ones that watch the videos.
Yeah, Bobby, I did download the software. It's just not opened yet because I have it. I just haven't had time to look at it. My plan was to do it last weekend.
Yeah.
And I find as I get older, I'm losing my mind. and memory is slipping. And so I have to make lists. And what's up, man?
Drew?
Man, I want the new Canon radios. Everybody wants them.
Listen, I know for sure you've been on the Kenwood bandwagon for a while as far as radios. I have, but I'm telling you, man, people, and this is from way back, they were hating, oh, it's Pioneer. Like, all right, listen, you don't know. The Kenwood is where it's at, in my opinion.
Yeah, but no, so yeah, I Drew gave it to me, so I downloaded it. I just haven't had a chance to open it yet because like last weekend was, hey, you need to finish The Office. And I was like, yes, I need to finish The Office.
Yeah.
So, and also, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't get a chance, and I would do it on the plane, but I don't take my Windows computer with me when I fly.
Who carries around a Windows computer unless you have to do it for work like me?
Yeah, I mean, well, I would if you didn't have to take all your So, like, we're flying American, and I know the American terminal at Tampa doesn't have the modern scanners where you don't have to unpack everything.
That sucks.
Yeah, so Southwest does,
Yeah.
but American hasn't. Now I haven't flown them since November, but I don't think they've upgraded since November. But you never know. Tampa is always upgrading. So,
Yeah.
um,
Does your backpack not have the easy slide outs?
yes, it does. But I hate having 10.
Yeah.
Because it's like iPad and laptop, shoes and backpack, suitcase,
Mhm.
and then it's like if you have 2 laptops, it's one more, and it's like, and you're just looking at the TSA guys going, "Really? Like,
Yeah.
y'all can't figure this out? I mean, I got to have 50 of these things."
I just imagine like Nando having the same pack out, and then me being the guy working there is thinking like, how is this dude carrying this much shit?
Oh yeah. Oh,
It's got to weigh more than him.
when we do full loadouts, oh yeah. Like, luckily for these next 2 trips, this next trip we're actually only bringing some really, like, the company that they hired to film it was like, "Hey, can you guys bring us a backup camera?" And we're like, "Yeah." And some lights, because they're coming. It's actually the guys from Canada are coming down to film it. And
Right.
so they're like, "Hey, can you bring some of this stuff to make it easier for us?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure." So, like, we have to bring a couple lights and the 100. What is it? The S1, whatever it is, the real basic.
Oh, the Lumix?
No, the Canon.
The M200?
M100. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we're just bringing an M100 because we don't need mics on it, and yeah, so we grab that and a lot of lighting. So, like, we're bringing a full size panel light,
Yeah.
some batteries for it, and all that crap.
If you have good lighting, you can make just about any camera look pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so our assignment is we have to install the radio. While we're installing it, we have to tell everyone, the 60 or 70 people that are in the room, like, how we're doing it. And we're going to be, so the first time we do it, we're going to just have an Apple TV and an iPhone. And we're going to, because that's the easiest way I've found traveling to do that, because you don't need Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you got to be on their Wi-Fi, and that sucks. And we do have a new HDMI broadcaster that we bought because our old one died, but we haven't tested it yet.
Yeah.
So I paid a whole bunch of money for it, and it's still sitting in the box. And Fernand's like, "Why don't we bring this?" And I go, "Cause we haven't tested it yet, and I don't know if it works the way we want it to work, and we know this will work. So let's just stick with what we know works."
Yeah.
So then we have to put it in. We have to talk. We got like 3 hours to put it in, which should be more than enough time. And answer questions and talk them through the whole process. Basically what you see in a video.
Yeah.
And then we have to take it all out, put it back to factory. So then the next morning we can film it in private. And then we have to take it all out so that somebody else can come in after us and put it in hopefully for the last time. And then we'll probably have to go in behind them and make sure that they put it back together properly.
Yeah.
So,
Set up, take down, set up. That sounds fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, content helps though.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Listen, the secret most important part of video is audio
Yes. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
most people
Yeah.
don't get. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yes. And you have to have something to talk about, but
Yeah. Well, so there is a system in the Jeep now.
oh,
I haven't done a video on it yet, but
oh,
everything's in there. I've been playing with it. Use the Metra fuse mount, which is awesome. The amp rack, which is also awesome.
right?
That's just awesome. You can order something of that quality
Yes. And it's
for
just,
like less than $100 for both pieces.
yeah.
But I went with the kicker key and then the audio control subs I got from you.
Yeah.
I actually started with I was going to use, I used a key lock.
Okay.
And then I had a Downtown Mini Max. The setup with that, the problem was that the bleed over and the crossover just would even turn all the way down. I was getting vocals up into the 100 range.
Wow.
And I think the bandpass, it was just, I don't know if I got a defect. I might have got a defective unit, but
Okay.
the crossover was it was no bueno.
Ugh.
So I went on Crutchfield, got a key 500, only run at 2 ohms, which is 300.
Right.
Like, this is probably not gonna be enough. It's plenty. It's actually shocking.
Yeah. Those subs kicked ass.
Yeah, I think that with the 300 watts, you can push past the limits of the box. Obviously, the subs can handle more.
Yeah.
But you can get up to where the box is making noise that you don't want it to make. So
yeah. I think when we when we did the video, we might have used the key. I don't remember, or I felt like we did, but I don't even remember anymore.
But I'm very happy with it. Because all I needed was just something to fill out the bottom end with the upgraded factory speakers. So it's not a system that I would really plan out, but just the situation I'm in, it's a system I need. So I did switch out the 4s. I had the KS2 or 3.5s or whatever in the front. And then the back, I had the KS4s coax.
Right.
Listen, I was going to, but you guys are here. I'll tell you, I put some Alpine Type S in there components. The good thing, here's what sold me on it is that the tweeter mount is directional.
Yep.
And I can aim the tweeters up front a little bit. So it made a difference. The whole thing's a blow through. It's a soft top.
Yeah, exactly. Wind blows right through it, no problem.
Exactly.
So Ken asked a question up here. It says feasible to connect a 4 ohm resistor in a parallel with a 4 ohm speaker to get a 2 ohm final load. No, do not do that.
Yeah.
That is a fixed resistive load, meaning it, and that's probably not the right term for it. I don't really care. A speaker is not a fixed ohm load, meaning it as it moves up and down, the ohm loads change. A 4 ohm load resistor like that is not. So when you add sound to that, your ohm load is not going to be 2 ohm. It's going to change. You'll probably blow up that channel of the amplifier really easy and not get anything extra out of it. Okay, so it's not like you're going to do that and that speaker is going to see 250 watts all of a sudden. What'll happen is it might be a little louder, but you're going to screw up the amplifier because the amplifiers are made to use something that moves, a dynamic load, and that's not going to apply that. Yeah. So, like, for example, when we hook up a load resistor bank, when we're doing a dyno or something like that, holy shit. Like, you want to see, like, something get hot. I have 25 watt 4 ohm resistors, and they're huge. Like, they're and when they're sitting inside of a heatsink, inside of another heatsink, and they get hot really fast. So don't do that.
I've exploded one of those. It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah,
I
it's not
thought because I
really.
have the 1,000-watt ones, and for whatever reason, I hooked it up to a 500-watt one. Because usually the 1,000, you could put 2 or 3K to it, and it's gonna be okay. It's just gonna get super hot.
Yeah,
The 500 just, it gave up the ghost, but yeah,
I have.
don't do that.
I
Stinger used to make an AccuMatch that
yes,
did something like that, but
yes.
it's just always in my opinion, it's never worth it. If you're trying to, like, min-max and get the lowest impedance you can, no, just get the power that the amp will give you.
Well,
Like
yeah,
the situation I'm in, because I'm using half power of the kicker key, but it's fine, and it's literally only 300 watts, but it's totally fine.
yeah. Well, the other thing too is that like some amplifiers really suck at 2 ohm. Like even
Right.
if you have the right 2 ohm load, they suck.
Yeah.
Like, they just give you a 2 ohm rating because that that's what you do. You know, it's
Oh,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh,
You
here's a
got it.
2
Yeah,
ohm.
it's part of the thing.
Yeah, and then it's like if you run them at 2 ohm and you're like, man, that sounds like crap.
Yeah.
It's just because it's yeah. So definitely don't want to do that.
Never worth it. I mean, if you're running a bass amp but it not hooking up something external, just get a different sub with the proper impedance that you want to run, and you're good to go.
Or a mid range. It was for a mid bass.
Oh,
So
is it for a mid bass?
yeah, there
Yeah,
are
yeah.
some mid bass out there.
Oh, a mid bass, it's never worth it.
No.
That there's no way, because you're gonna get pretty decent out of that. I mean, you could get a 2 ohm mid bass, but it might not be the one you want.
I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
So fun. Dean, who was responsible for the AS series speaker lines of ARC? I have no idea. I mean, AS series, I think is what you're trying to say there, smarty pants. But no, I have no idea. So it's ARC series is what it stands for. So obviously, I mean, it seems like a cool line. You know, it's what, 4 pieces: a tweeter, a mid, a 6, and a 6x9. And then the 6 and the 6x9, you can buy a tweeter and make a coaxial.
Hmm.
So it's all convertible, but that's all you need. You don't have to, it's nice and simple. You want a 3-way set? Cool. You want a coaxial? Cool. You need a 6x9? Cool.
I don't
So
even think I've seen that. So I'll have to
that
look.
was the last part of the show when Brad and Brian were on.
Okay.
We talked about we had some of that stuff there. So it's nice stuff. It's not as good as the RS. Obviously, the RS is the flagship. This is a step down. But no, it looks nice. Looks nice. You know, I don't know. I've come to the conclusion I'm more of an amplifier guy.
Yeah.
You know, I like amplifiers because I like technology and I like aluminum and I like physical form, and speakers are just a means to an end. Like, you need good speakers. End of story.
Yeah.
You know, pick a set, and just kind of rock it.
Yeah.
But I know there's people out there that are speaker people, and it's like they will just nitpick the shit out of every speaker, and it's like, okay, I'm not
I
that.
guess I'm kind of the same way too. Never thought about it, but yeah. I mean, I like speakers. I would say subs more than speakers in the hierarchy.
See, to me, subs are the least interesting out of the bunch.
Yeah.
I don't care about them anymore. You need one.
Yeah.
I just don't care which one you get.
Yeah.
The goal is, how much bass do you want?
Yeah.
Okay, this will get you that amount of bass. You want more bass than that? Okay, well, then this will get you the amount of bass you want. So pick one, and we'll move on from there. Because I really, it's like, you want bass? Okay, here's some bass.
Yeah. I just like the way they look. I think they look cool.
Oh, I love the way a subwoofer looks.
Yeah.
I mean, those every time I walk by a Sundown and they have the crazy ones out there, I go,
Yeah.
ooh, those are neat. But I have the T3, which is gorgeous beyond, but it's huge.
Yeah.
And half of an L7T is it's enough.
Yeah.
I was always I wanted the half sub, the cutaway, because it's just cool and it's weird, and like 20 years from now everyone will have thrown theirs away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be like, "Here's my cut, yeah," and they'll be like, "What are we gonna do with that?" Somebody, a kicker fan, is gonna want it, and they'll give you $100 for it.
That's the hardest stuff to find, man. Advertisement stuff like that. It's really
Yeah,
collectible now. So,
yeah.
all right. We done 30 minutes. Short show for this one.
Yep. Sorry about that, guys. But hey, if you want more,
We were going to do another 30 minutes on a terrible movie.
oh wow. Okay. Well, all right. Well, this ought to be fun then.
Yeah.
All right.
All righty.
Thank you guys so much for giving us your time. We hope you have a great rest of your day.
See you next week.
See you.